Hey guys, it's David from Automotive Press. So I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about what car I should buy next. Now you guys already know that I've owned, purchased, and also sold and traded many different cars over the years, but I'm kind of curious as to what you think I should do next. A couple of things to keep in mind. There are some cars I already plan to buy. So for example, the LEXUS GX 550 behind me, I have an order already for that one. I almost bought one last month, Nori Green Overtrail, but I decided to buy Overtrail Plus, so I have to wait another month or so, and that will be the earth color, which is the color that you see in the LX right here. So that's going to happen already, but there are some things I have to sort out. For example, should I kind of go all the way and maybe buy the LX Overtrail, which is a lot more expensive compared to the GX 550? Like, should I maybe let go of the GX 550 Overtrail Plus and somehow try to make it work for the LX 700H Overtrail? Here in Canada, it's another $30,000, a little bit more than that, maybe 35, so it's a lot more money. I love the GX. Of course, the LX is the kind of flagship of the flagship, and so there's temptation to do that. I'm not even sure if I can make it work financially, but let me know if you think I should stick with the GX or somehow I should try to make it work for the LX Overtrail. So let's go over here. I'm going to start off with in the LEXUS booth right now. It's very busy at the show, but I'll take you to the Toyota booth as well and get some feedback from you guys as to what I should buy. We see the TX over there. I do like the TX a lot, but I don't plan to buy it because I don't really need a unitized body 3-row SUV right now. I prefer the GX with body on the frame design. So even though I like the design of the TX, I don't plan to buy that. Although the plug-in hybrid version is very attractive. Same thing with RX. I don't need the RX right now. I much prefer truck-based body, so I don't have any plans to buy the RX. We did own RZ, and we finished up the lease. We returned already, and we just bought the NX plug-in hybrid right here, which is built in Japan. So that was just in possession a couple months ago, so we already bought that. You guys already know that I did own a LEXUS LC500 Inspiration Series. Very sad to report that I did end up trading in and selling it for something else, which I'll show you in a second. Long story, so I'm not going to get into that right now, but all I can say is that there was a number of things that I had to deal with the LC500, including some transmission issues and so forth, and so I thought it's best to let it go while it still has a good value. I did lose a little bit of money on it, but it's best to probably sell it now as opposed to keeping it for longer. So very sad, sort of a story to tell about letting it go, but life moves on, and I'll talk about why I sold that in another video. I have no plans to buy a sedan. I'm a truck guy, SUV guy, so nothing else I'm interested. You guys also remember that I used to own the LEXUS IS500 in blue, which is the same color as this one right here, the micarta is blue. Beautiful car with a beautiful color, and I really liked it, but I don't really need a sedan, so I let that one go as well. So let's first of all, let me show you what I bought when I traded in the LEXUS LC, and I'll take you quickly over to the Toyota booth. Alright, so what did I buy after selling my LEXUS LC500? Well, I'm obviously using some of that funding to buy the new GX or potentially the new LX, depending on the feedback from you guys. But I did end up buying a Porsche Cayenne S, not the GTS. This is GTS right here, which is a lot more expensive than the S. But the S has almost exactly the same equipment as a GTS, which means it's got the turbocharged V8 engine. I have the sports exhaust, I have the sports suspension with the air suspension in it. And for all intents and purposes, exactly identical to GTS without the GTS badge. It's quite a bit cheaper. So I bought one in the same color, Arctic Gray, and I'll talk about that in my future videos, so I'll keep it short for now. And it just makes a lot more sense for me to buy sort of a crossover SUV versus having a two-door sports car like the LC500, which I almost never use just because it's so impractical, and honestly I think it was a waste of money sitting in the garage. So I decided I'm going to buy something that's sporty, fun to drive, still V8, but something that I can use every day. So that's the decisions I made. But let's go into the Toyota section now, and maybe you can help me understand what I should buy next. So I'm in the Toyota truck section now. This year they've divided into car section and the truck section. So there's lots of vehicles here in Vancouver Auto Show. And of course, the big question is, should I buy the 4Runner? Because as you know, I've owned many different 4Runners. In fact, I've owned 7 different 4Runners between 2015 and about 2021, 2022. So I've owned many, and I've owned the TRD Pro, I've owned the Limited. So the big question is, should one of my purchases over the next couple of years be the 4Runner? Well, I would love to get the Trail Hunter, more so than the TRD Pro, but I'm not quite sure because you guys already know that I own a Land Cruiser, and in order for me to buy a 4Runner, I will have to let the Land Cruiser go. So my first edition Land Cruiser, which I'm pretty happy with, needs to be traded in order for me to buy the 4Runner. So my question is for you guys as the viewers, would you like me to see letting go of the Land Cruiser in order to buy the 4Runner, either the Trail Hunter or TRD Pro, or maybe even the Platinum or Limited? Let me know in the comments below. And if so, which version of 4Runner would you like me to consider buying? My first choice would be Trail Hunter, my second choice is TRD Pro, and my third choice is either Platinum or Limited, which do have all-wheel drive, so it's a little bit more practical, but not as exciting as a Trail Hunter or TRD Pro. So that's my thinking. Now I know that you might even want me to buy a Tacoma, especially the TRD Pro or Trail Hunter, because I've owned so many Tacomas in the past. But right now I don't need a truck. I prefer SUVs. So even though Tacoma is potentially a good choice, for about the same price I can buy the 4Runner, which is built in Japan. And so for me, it's 4Runner all the way. So I'm not considering buying the Tacoma, either the TRD Pro or Trail Hunter. Although I gotta admit, I love the bronze oxide color in this one. It's one of the most beautiful colors to come out of Toyota. We don't have this color in other models. I hope Toyota will bring it to 4Runner. That will be really wonderful. Yeah, what else can I consider? I'm not gonna buy anything else bigger than the 4Runner, although I am driving the Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro this week. That's the capstone right there, and I have to admit, I love it. Actually, I like it even better than Land Cruiser just because it feels more truck-like. It's got the beautiful 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 engine with hybrid. Lots of power, lots of torque. Way better than the Land Cruiser with a 2.4 turbo. So I would love to get the Sequoia TRD Pro actually, or maybe at some point if they have a Sequoia Trail Hunter, that might be the one to get. But for now, I'm gonna kind of stick with the 4Runner idea just because Sequoia is too big and it doesn't even fit into most of our parking lot spaces. You guys also remember that my wife has a RAV4 Prime, which is called plug-in hybrid now, and there's a new version of RAV4 coming out, I think sometime this year, like summer or fall. So maybe we will trade in the current model, even though my wife is very happy with it, and buy the new RAV4. That is yet to be seen. So something I have to figure out. If you think I should go ahead and do that, I might put a deposit and try to secure one of the very first RAV4 to come out. It's going to kind of look like the new Camry in the front end, but the rest of the body should look similar. I don't think I will ever buy a Prius. It's too small for me. I don't need such a small car. And we don't need a BZ4X because we had a Lexus RZ or RZ, and we were reasonably happy with it, but we don't need the electric car right now. So it's pretty busy right here. Let's keep on walking for a second. You guys might also remember that a number of years ago, I owned a GR Supra. I had that for about 2.5 years. Actually, I loved it, but I don't think I'm going to buy a two-door sports car for a while, unless Toyota comes out with a Celica or MR2. Wow, that's a different story. With a name like Celica, especially in all-wheel drive, which means I can use it in wintertime, it might be something I would consider, but that's a couple of years away, so I don't have to think about it for now. What else? I don't need a minivan. I don't need a Crown, especially in the Signia format. Even though I like the Crown Signia, it looks great. It only has the 2.5-liter hybrid system. It doesn't have a 2.4 turbo. It doesn't have a plug-in hybrid, so I'm not interested in that. And then way over there, we have the Grand Highlander, which is actually something I did consider buying at one point because I do like 3-row SUVs. But once again, my preference is the 4Runner or Land Cruiser or even Sequoia compared to unitized body Grand Highlander, because I just really like truck format, truck-based vehicles. So I don't think I'm buying that. But these are all the cars that we have at Vancouver Auto Show. I think it covers almost everything, the Lexus Toyota format. Of course, there's other brands I might consider from Mitsubishi or Mazda or Subaru as well. Those are all possibilities, but in terms of what I see so far, let me know in the comments below which one you might want to see me buy next, so that you can benefit from my ownership experience, and I would love to hear some of your feedbacks. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and make some comments, and if you haven't done so yet, would you kindly subscribe as well. For now, I'm signing off. Thank you so much.